Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of Fighting Illini Live. I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry I missed y'all last week. I much rather would have done this than attended graduation, but you got to do it. So sorry I missed y'all, but that means we got double the content today. We got a lot to talk about. We have coaching extensions. First of all, that's going to be top of the hour. Then we have some drama with a Nebraska commit. That, again, was 2 weeks ago, but I wasn't able to talk about that last week since I missed y'all. And then we're going to do the defensive back position group preview. That will be our longest position group preview. So I really had to shorten that one. A lot less fun facts for y'all than I normally have, but we'll get through it. It's going to be a lot more matter-of-fact, stat-based. But, of course, this is brought to you on the Voice of College Football Network. Before we get into it today, here's a message from our CEO, Mark Rogers, about our new Amazon initiative.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link, and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
We also just launched our new website, so make sure to check that out as well. That is vocfb.com. That is vocfb.com. Check that out as well. There's a lot of great written content on there. The network's really taken off. Okay, time to get into today's topics. First of all, sort of breaking news. I mean, it happened yesterday, so I wouldn't really call it breaking news. But Bret Bielema and Brad Underwood, the football head coach and the basketball head coach, have both been extended. They are both extended through 2031. Bielema is a full 6-year extension that he just signed. He will make $7.7 million each of those 6 years. And then Brad Underwood has also added a 3-year extension to his contract that was originally going to expire in 2028. He is now signed through 2031 as well. He'll be making $4.4 million a year. This is pretty exciting news, especially on the football side of things. I'm definitely excited that Bret Bielema is going to be back for the next 6 years. He has completely transformed this program. I mean, I've been sitting in here the last 11 weeks talking about Illinois possibly playing in the college football playoff. I mean, I know it was 4 teams until last year, but still, that just wasn't even a thought beforehand. I just can't believe that we're even in this situation. It's such a good time to be an Illini fan. As I've been saying every week, Bret Bielema has been what Illini Nation thought Lovie Smith was going to be before him to transform the program. And Lovie, he certainly helped get them there. He started getting them some nice recruits, but Bielema has been a great combination of recruits and strategy and also retaining recruits. That is absolutely huge. As you guys know, that's kind of my gripe with Brad Underwood on the basketball side. I don't like that he doesn't really retain players. I don't love him as an X's and O's coach either. I just feel like he never makes any halftime adjustments. Like if Illinois is getting blown out at halftime, they're going to get blown out by just as much in the second half, right? Like hardly anything ever changes strategy-wise for them, really. Especially this past season, I was getting really frustrated with them. They had one of the worst three-point percentages in the entire country, and yet they shot some of the most three-pointers in the entire country. That just doesn't make any logical sense, and that comes down to the coaching staff in the end, to discipline your players, be like, hey, you cannot make that shot, buddy. I don't know. I just don't understand that strategy. That was really frustrating to see them jack threes and continuously miss. But still, Underwood has definitely put the program in a better position. I'll give him some credit for sure. I mean, Illinois is now an annual March Madness bid. I remember the days where we were lucky to grab a 7th seed. So I mean, he definitely has. I don't know if he's transformed the program in the way that Bielema has. The basketball program was in a better place than the football program was when Underwood inherited versus Bielema inheriting the football program. However, yeah, that's the news from yesterday. Both coaches are going to be around until 2031 at least. If Bielema continues his success, if he gets into the playoffs this year, maybe another year, I could definitely see him getting an extension even past that. So really excited. We've been talking about retaining all these players every week, right? We're also retaining our coach now for a while. That is huge news. All right. Now here's some drama for you guys. Here's some good tea that popped up. This popped up on May 1st, so I'm a little late to the party since I didn't have an episode last week. However, it's not like huge news. I think it's interesting. I think it's still worth talking about, sharing my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinions on it as well, because it's kind of a controversial topic. So May 1st, class of 2027, 4-star recruit. He is the number 7 QB in that high school class and number 66 overall prospect in the entire class of 2027. Trey Taylor, he was announcing his commitment live on 24/7 Sports, and he's from Illinois. He's from Mundelein, Illinois. He plays at Carmel Catholic High School. He had it narrowed down to 4 schools. He had Texas A&M, LSU, Illinois, and then Nebraska. And we'll talk about what he did, but let me just show you guys the video first that I was able to download at awful quality, but you should still be able to tell what's going on. So here's a video clip of that.
I like to make my decision that I've been waiting for since I was in 7th grade, when I got my first offer. I'm going to stay home and go to Illinois.
Yeah, so that's not a great look for him. Obviously, the Illini fan base was very upset about this. If you couldn't tell what was going on in that video, he tosses away the other 2 hats really quick, and then he puts on the Illinois hat. He even says, like, what really makes it hit for me of like, oh, he should not have done that, is when he even says, I'm going to stay home and go to Illinois. Why would you say that if you're just trolling? Like, what do you gain from that? I don't understand why he said that. That's just really disrespectful. Honestly, saying that was more disrespectful to me than him actually just whipping the hat across the room, and then he puts on his Nebraska hat. He unzips his jacket. He's got the Nebraska. So obviously, Illini Twitter, Illini X, whatever, was very upset about this. It blew up on a lot of smaller sports outlets too. I first saw it on Sleeper CFB. Also, Pick Six Pack posted the video as well with the text basically acknowledging, like, this is the most disrespectful pump fake we've ever seen. Like, that's a thing that people do in their recruits. Like, dudes have been doing that in their commitment videos now, or not recruitment videos, but commitment videos. Sorry, they've been doing that, right? Where they pump fake, they pick up the hat, they put the hat down, but I've even seen people put on the hat before, but I think even saying I'm gonna stay home and then chucking the hat halfway across the room, I think that's another level of pump fake. I would agree with these outlets in calling this disrespectful. Illini fans obviously were like, too bad we don't play Nebraska this week. We can't play, or this year. Can't wait till we play him in 2-3 years, whatever. It even caught Luke Altmaier's attention. Luke Altmaier, the Illinois quarterback, tweeted "cornball," no pun intended, because Nebraska's the Cornhuskers. He later deleted that tweet. Some people gave him some backlash for that. Like, some non-Illini fans were like, because he flipped commitment when he was committing in 2020. He originally committed to Florida State, and then he flipped his commitment to Ole Miss, and now he's transferred to Illinois. So he's basically, I mean, I don't think that situation is a direct comparison. The people that are pointing that out, I don't. Because he was committed to Florida State. Like, he did want to play at Florida State and then ended up changing his mind. This guy had absolutely no intention of going to Illinois at the point that he did this video, at least. And it's very disrespectful, to the coaches and everyone that met with him when he visited. So I get that. I get why people are upset. I don't love that Luke Altmaier, though, went after this. He deleted the tweet later, which is good, but I'll get into that later. But I I just don't think that's something that should be catching his attention or really anyone on the actual team's attention. Just let Illini Twitter, let the fans deal with that. I don't think that's really something you should get involved with. But Taylor got a lot of backlash. He did release an apology video to Illini fans. It was posted just 3 hours after that initial commitment video, so it caught up to him very quickly. And he did acknowledge that it was disrespectful, and he said, "quote, it's not the way I want to be perceived." And that's fair. I like that he at least gave an apology. There's two main questions when I think about my take on this whole situation, right? The first question is, was it disrespectful? Kind of answered that already. How could I not? Yes, it's absolutely disrespectful. Illinois put in a lot of time and effort toward recruiting him. And, he doesn't have to pick them. At the end of the day, it's his choice. But, he could just make that choice in a more respectful way without actually saying he's going to Illinois, without chucking the hat halfway across the room. That is really disrespectful to a university that put in their time and effort to get you to play there. That rubs me the wrong way. And again, it's also the in-state school. He even said, "I'm going home." I just think you should have a little more respect for where you're from as well. However, though, do I think the Illini fans and Luke Altmaier overreacted to this? Yes, I do. I do think y'all kind of overreacted to this because at the end of the day, yeah, he said that, but it's just a high schooler, man. He just threw a hat. He's 16. We got to cut him a little break. And he very quickly realized his mistake once he got some backlash for it as well. I especially didn't like that Luke Altmaier pointed this out. Because, again, we're in the playoff chase this year, man. It's not just me saying that. ESPN, other major sports outlets are saying that Illinois is very much a college football playoff contender. This is a position the school has never been in before. So I just think if we get caught up in, drama with high schoolers, we're kind of missing the point. You know what I'm saying? I think we have bigger fish to fry than a 16-year-old who threw a hat across the room, right? I think this is a story, but this isn't as big of a story as I think a lot of people have blown it up to be. That's just my take on this situation. Please let me know your thoughts, though, what you think about it. Again, obviously, if you think, it wasn't disrespectful, if you think Illini fans were right to react this way, if you think Altmaier was right to react to it, let me know what you think. In my opinion, at the end of the day, yes, it was disrespectful, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. We have way more important things going on in Illini football right now than some dude throwing our hat. I don't want to say who cares, because it was disrespectful. He acknowledged that very quickly. So, and he's not even going to be around till 2027. So let's just move on and focus on 2025. That's my opinion on that. All right. We have our last full-length position group preview, the defensive backs, the corners, and the safeties. This is going to be our longest one yet in terms of players on the roster. There are 22 DBs listed on the spring roster. There are plenty of returners as well. There is Mac Rusatich, Caleb Patterson, Sabor Kareem, Torrey Cox Jr., Jaheim Clark, Matthew Bailey, Miles Scott, Xavier Scott, Tyson Rooks, Tyler Strain, TJ Griffin, and Grayson Griffin. That's just the list of DBs who played in a game last year. We also have transfer Murphy Clement coming in. We have a couple returners who did not play in Amar Reynolds, Tanner Heckel, Ben Clausen, and Vernon Woodward III. And we have a good amount of recruits coming in as well. We have Zanai Scott. Yes, that is Xavier Scott's younger brother. Andre Lovett Jr., RJ Jones III, Taiwan Cox, who's Torrey Cox Jr.'s brother. We have 3 sets of brothers in almost all the Illini DBs, because when you take Murphy Clement and then Hudson Clement at the wide receiver position, that's kind of crazy. 3 pairs of brothers. And then Des Stratton as well. So let's get into it. First, for our returners, we have Mac Rusatich. He will be wearing number 0. He is 6'250". He is a junior from Spring Valley, Illinois. He played in all 13 games, 24. He got 20 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception. That first career sack came in the Cheez-It Bowl. We love to see that. The Cheez-It Bowl is the more and more we do these position group previews, and I'm looking for a dude's best game. Half our team had the best game of their lives in the Cheez-It Bowl. We showed out for the Cheez-Its, bro. He also, that interception came against the Northwestern at Wrigley Field as well. And he had 4 punt returns as well for 43 yards. Next is Caleb Patterson. He is number 1. He is 6'1", 190. He is a junior from Jackson, Mississippi. He played in 11 games in 2024, 31 tackles, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. His first career start was the EIU game at the top of the year, and he had his first career. That's when he had the fumble recovery, actually. It wasn't his first career fumble recovery, but it was his one for this year. Sorry, I misspoke there. He was number 5 at the 5th ranked tackling grade in the nation. Sorry, I'm really struggling today. My throat's a little sore. At 88.6. That was ranked by Pro Football Focus. That's for corners only, not everybody. That would be ridiculous if he was doing that at DB. And he also transferred in from Pearl River Community College before 2023. I have no idea where that is, but we're glad he came here instead. Next is Sabur Kareem, number 2, 6'3", 195. He is a junior from West Orange, New Jersey. He played in 11 games in 24. He had 7 tackles. 5 of those 7 tackles came against Oregon, who at the time was the number 1 team in the nation. So he really showed out at Oregon. It's ridiculous. Next, we have Torrey Cox Jr., number 5. He is 5'9", 170. He is a senior from Miami, Florida. He transferred in from Ohio ahead of last season and made an immediate impact. He played in all 13 games for the Illini, 3 interceptions, 26 tackles, and 7 pass deflections. 7 of those 26 tackles came in the Cheez-It Bowl. This is what I'm saying. Like, everyone locked in for the Cheez-It Bowl. Next is Jaheim Clark. He was number 6, 6'1", 175. He's a junior from Fort Myers, Florida. He played in 11 games last year, 34 tackles, 5 pass deflections, and 1 fumble recovery. He had 12 of those tackles against Northwestern. Y'all thought I was going to say the Cheez-It Bowl, but his first career fumble recovery came in the Cheez-It Bowl. All right, Matthew Bailey, number 7, 6'2", 215. He's a junior from Moline, Illinois. He played in all 13 games last year as well. Huge breakout year for him in 2024, no doubt. He only got in 1 game in 2023 due to injuries. He did play a good amount his redshirt freshman year in 22. But he missed basically the entire 2023 season, came back very strong in 2024. 1 interception, 94 tackles, 8 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. He tied the Illinois record for most tackles in a bowl game. He had 13 tackles in the Cheez-It Bowl. Every one of these I read, I just get proven more and more right. I mean, maybe we need Cheez-Its involved in every game. This team would never lose. He is also was a Big Ten honorable mention by the media poll. Miles Scott, number 10. He's 5'10", 210. Sorry, he's 5'11", 210. Sorry. He's a senior from Dalton, Illinois. He was a team captain last year, will likely be a team captain again. Played in all 13 games, 2 interceptions, 55 tackles, 6 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. He had an interception and 9 tackles at the Kansas game that I got to attend in week 2. And he was nominated for the Bullsworth Trophy. That trophy, I had to look this up. I had never heard of this before. This is really cool. The Bullsworth Trophy is awarded to the best player in college football who is or at least started their career as a walk-on. It's ridiculous. Miles Scott was a walk-on, and now he's a team captain. He's got a really good stat line as well. He's one of their best defensive backs. So he was a finalist for that award. He did not win it, but that was really cool. I got to find out more about that. And he certainly would be a very good contender for that award this year as well, because even though he's not a walk-on anymore, the only requirement is you start your career as a walk-on. I mean, that's equally impressive. So really excited for his final year. Next up is Xavier Scott. He is the man. Wearing number 14, 5'11", 190. He is from Riviera Beach, Florida. He's a senior. He played in all 13 games last year. He had 4 interceptions, 49 tackles. 43 of those 49 tackles were solo tackles. And he had 10 pass deflections. The 4 interceptions and the 10 pass deflections were both highest on the team. He also had 1 forced fumble. He was all Big Ten first team, ranked by the media and the AP poll, and the coaches poll gave him second team. He was tied for second in the Big Ten for interceptions with those 4 interceptions. That put him 15th in the country as well. He forced 3 turnovers at the Kansas game. That, again, I was at. He had 2 interceptions and that 1 forced fumble right before halftime, actually. So I got up with my friend that I was with at that game. We went to get some food right before halftime because Kansas had the ball. We didn't think they were going anywhere. And then there's like 30 seconds left in the half. We didn't think anything was going to happen. So we go to grab some food before the halftime rush. And then I just hear everybody start screaming their head off. And so I watch the TV, and there already is Xavier Scott halfway down the field with that huge pick 6 at the end of the half. Really brought Illinois back into the game. Really, really shook up the rest of that game. It was Illinois, I don't think, let up the lead after that. That was such a huge moment in that Kansas game, which, again, yeah, Kansas didn't finish the season very well, but they were ranked at the time, and that was a huge ranked win, a night game too for Illinois. Like, if you're not an Illinois fan, you don't understand how big that is for Illinois football. Like, what a new level that we've reached. So that was awesome. That was a fantastic memory I had, even though I didn't get to, because of course I was gone when that happened. That was probably the most exciting play of the game. But still, I still get really excited thinking about that. CBS.com also had him ranked their spring rankings that they just came out with a few weeks ago, the number 139 overall player in college football. That's pretty impressive. Next is going to be Tyson Rooks. He is number 19. He's 6'4", 205. He's a junior from St. Simons Island, Georgia. He played in 10 of their games last year. 1 interception, 2 tackles, and a pass deflection. He was academic All Big Ten as well in 2023. Tyler Strain, number 20. He is 5'9", 195. He's a senior from Pace, Florida. He entered the transfer portal in mid-April, actually, to transfer away from Illinois. He withdrew only about 2 weeks later, thankfully. So he is back. If you've heard any news about him transferring, he is not. He pulled his name from the portal. He played in 7 games in 24, but he did play full seasons in 22 and 23, and that has me – I can almost assume that that's the reason that he entered the transfer portal in the first place, because he got a lot less playing time in 2024. We'll see if he sees an increase, but with basically everyone coming back, I think it's pretty likely that he sees about the same minutes, maybe even less now since he entered the transfer portal, right? That's not a good look. But in those 7 games, he had 5 tackles. And he had 36 tackles and an interception in 23. So production was definitely down. That's because his minutes were basically cut in half. He only got into a little over half their games. So I think he'll probably see similar playing time, if not even less playing time, unfortunately. TJ Griffin, number 29. He is 6', 220. Ooh, sorry. I'm a little sniffly today, allergy season. He's a junior from Hickory Hills, Illinois. He played in just 2 games last year, but on special teams too, but that counts. I mean, he played. He's a returner that played. Those were his first career games as well. And then last is Grayson Griffin, number 35, 5'11", 200. He is a senior from Aurora, Illinois. He actually went to my high school as well. This is the second St. Francis Spartan that I have found on the Illinois roster. He was also in my graduating class as well. I didn't really know him personally, but that was really cool to see that. I'm glad. I'm happy for him. He transferred in from Waubonsie Community College out in the west suburbs. He did not play there. He just attended there, and then he transferred to Illinois ahead of the 22 season. He played in 10 games last year, and he did record a single tackle. That was against Northwestern at Wrigley Field. All right, so those are all our returners, which should tell you most of what you need to know about the defensive backs coming to Illinois this year, right? We have so many guys coming back, but there are some new faces. There are some faces that have not yet seen the field, so let's give them their time in the spotlight as well. There's only 1 transfer coming in at DB. This is Murphy Clement. He's number 31. He is 6', 205. He transferred from West Virginia with his brother Hudson Clement, who's going to be a big X-Factor wide receiver for the Illini. He redshirted the 24 season there, so he actually never suited up for West Virginia, just got his redshirt year out of the way. So he's got a full 4 years of eligibility remaining with the Illini. He was also a really good running back in high school, and I think he definitely could slide into their rotation as well. I would like to think about him lining up against his brother in training camp, right? Like that's got to be so fun and just such good motivation and to help them both feel more comfortable as they come to a new school. Now we got some returners who did not play. Amar Reynolds, number 12. He is 6 foot 180. He's a redshirt freshman from Fort Pierce, Florida. So that's the only reason why he didn't play. He was a 3-star recruit out of high school. 24/7 had him as the number 127 corner in the class. He did also get an offer from Indiana. So we like to steal people from Indiana. Tanner Heckel, number 16. He is 5'11", 185. He is a sophomore from Linden, Kansas. He actually played 8-man football in high school. Some of those smaller high schools, we were talking about that with like 7, 8-man, and some of those like really Midwestern, like the Tornado Alley kind of states where they don't have enough people at their high schools to field a full team. So he played 8-man, and his 8-man team went 13-0 and won the state championship in his senior year. In their playoff run, they outscored their opponents 267-46. It's ridiculously dominant. Also in 2023, he was the Kansas 8-man football offensive player of the year. That was ridiculously impressive as well. He had 81 tackles and 7 interceptions on defense. And then he also had over 2,000 rushing yards and 1,000 pass yards in his career. That is very impressive, even if it's 8-man. I feel like just because he played 8-man, that's probably the reason why he hasn't seen the field yet and likely won't again this year. Because, again, there's just so many guys returning on the top that are kind of block out these younger guys. Ben Clausen, number 21, he is a junior from Arlington Heights, Illinois. He played in 4 games in 2023. He did not record any stats in those games, though, and then he did not play in 2024. But he was a Big Ten Distinguished Scholar and academic All Big Ten, however, on the side, so good for him. And then last is Vernon Woodward III. He is a redshirt freshman from DeLand, Florida. He's a 3-star recruit. 24/7 had him as the number 63 corner and the number 92 overall player in the state of Florida. He got a lot of good other offers, though. His other offers included Cincinnati, UConn, Georgia Tech, Indiana, Louisville, Maryland, Ole Miss, Missouri, Purdue, Tulane, Virginia, and West Virginia. So a very long list of impressive schools that really wanted him. Now let's talk about our new recruits, the dudes who are brand new to the program, brand new to college football. First is Zanai Scott. He's going to wear number 13. He is 5'11", 185. As I mentioned, he is the younger brother of star DB Xavier Scott, who we talked about earlier. So he's a freshman from Riviera Beach, Florida. He is a 3-star recruit, however, in his own right. So don't think that this is he's on the roster because of nepotism or anything. He's a very impressive athlete and very much deserves to be here. He also played basketball and won a state title in 2023. And his other major offer he got was from Pitt. Andre Lovett Jr., he is number 15. He is 6'1", 175. He's a freshman from Blue Island, Illinois. He's a 3-star recruit. 24/7 has him the number 38 DB in the class and number 21 overall player in the state of Illinois. Rivals had him at number 18 in Illinois as well. So some very, very favorable rankings for him. His other big offers were Arizona State, Iowa, Kansas State, Louisville, Michigan State, Missouri, Purdue, Syracuse, Tennessee, and Vandy. He's also, here's a fun fact that I could not resist, even though I had to cut down on it because there's 22 players. He's a cousin of Bucky Irving, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting running back. Gosh, I misspoke again. All right. RJ Jones, number 3. He is number 22. He is 6 foot 175. He's a freshman from Fort Pierce, Florida. He played at the same high school as Amar Reynolds did, Vero Beach High School. He's a 3-star recruit. On 3 has him as the number 69 DB in the class, number 66 in Florida. His other offers were Auburn, Florida, Georgia Tech, Iowa State, Kentucky, Louisville, Miami, Missouri, Pitt, SMU, UCF, and West Virginia. Love to see a handful of SEC schools in there. You know this guy's legit when you see all those big offers like that. Taiwan Cox, he has no number listed, but he is wearing number 1 in his photo on the Illini Athletic website, so we'll assume that's his number for now. He's 5'11", 170. He's a freshman from Miami, Florida, another 3-star recruit. Rivals has him as the number 49 DB and the number 85 overall player in the state of Florida. Gosh, we got a lot of dudes from Florida. Here's another fun fact I couldn't resist. He played for head coach Teddy Bridgewater at Miami Northwestern when Teddy Bridgewater had his one, side quest season of coaching at high school football. And then as soon as the season was over, signed with the Lions to be their backup again. So he played under Teddy Bridgewater in his senior year. That's cool. And he's also the younger brother of Torrey Cox Jr., who we mentioned earlier in this preview. His other offers were Miami, Nebraska, Pitt, SMU, Syracuse, and Vandy. And last but not least is Des Strutton. He also has no number listed. He's wearing number 5 in his picture. He is 6'1", 195. He is a freshman from Detroit, Michigan. He's a 3-star recruit. On3 has him as the number 83 DB in the class, number 15 player in the state of Michigan. He played running back in high school as well. He had over 1,600 rushing yards in his career. His other offers, at least the notable ones, were Arizona State, Cincinnati, Duke, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan State, Minnesota, Purdue, and West Virginia. So those are 22 guys that we just had to run through really quickly. I'm sorry that they couldn't get more time in the spotlight like our other guys did, our position group previews. But unfortunately, we are over time already. But overall, this DB group just kind of follows the same pattern that we've seen over and over again, which is a really exciting pattern of having a lot of returning players at the top. It's unfortunate for the younger guys. It's going to be hard for them to see the field. But when you have this many returners, how could you not be excited about Illinois football? And that's with not even thinking about that they have a pretty easy schedule. Sorry, guys. That does it for today's show. So thank you so much for watching. I was glad to be back. I was feeling a little under the weather today, so thank you all for the support. Regardless, I was happy I could push through it. Next week, we'll be doing our special teams position group preview. That's our last position group preview, guys. We have gone through the entire Illini roster in less than 13 weeks because we didn't even start right away with the position group previews. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Happy to be back. I'll see you next week for our final position group preview, ILL.